Hello, Dave.
Hello there. I'm really hungry today.
What the hell? You are hungry.
I'm hungrier than most of my family, and it's all the time now. I used to think it's because I was a kid, but it's not.
Do you say you got CF?
I do have cystic fibrosis. Do you reckon that's something to do with it?
I reckon it is. And I think we're going to learn about it now. And the other organs it affects.
Well, let's get on and learn then.
Let's do it.
Hello.
And we're back. We're on to topic 2.3 from...
This book.
Oh, yes.
So, in topic 2.1 and 2.2, we've discussed it affects the respiratory system. And it's the
mucus that gets too thick. But we did mention that mucus is present in other places as well.
Such as the digestive system.
So, we got onto that bit first.
I thought that was a title.
So, digestive system. Now, what it does is it blocks things, that's what mucus often does, or it prevents things from leaving. In the lungs it prevents pathogens getting rid of, here it stops stuff from coming out.
Yes, and it's called the pancreatic duct.
That's where it affects, it blocks it basically.
That, in a healthy body, would release enzymes that can break down your food, but when enzymes isn't released, then that would give a lower concentration of enzymes in the small intestine.
Yeah, and that's what the mucus causes, less enzymes there. And that means you need to eat far more food to get the same amount of energy that you would normally have.
The reason we get energy from our food is because it's broken down by these enzymes that are in the small intestine from the pancreatic duct. So
it's quite important.
In the book, I'm not sure how reliable the figures are, but it says people with cystic fibrosis often need 120 to 140% more of the recommended daily allowance.
That's quite a lot of biscuits.
That's a lot of biscuits. Not many Toblerones though. Toblerones are insane.
There's lots of energy in them.
Now in the book it does the digestive system, then it goes on to enzymes, then something else. We're actually going to do the enzymes in the next part.
Yeah, we're going to do something else now.
And that's the reproductory system.
It affects there as well.
So that's a new title.
It is. So, affects both girls and boys in different ways. We'll start with lads, why not?
Alright.
So, where does it affect them, Win?
In the sperm duct.
No.
Like with the CFTR protein, it can either be not there at all, or when it is there, not functioning. It's the same thing with the sperm duct. It's either not there, it's broken, it doesn't work, or it's there and
not
so little goes through it, might as well not. So it basically, less sperm per ejaculation. It gives problems with fertility.
Well, yeah, it would be less likely to have children.
Sperm ducts.
So that's the problem. And it affects girls in another way, again. Obviously they don't have sperm ducts, so it can't be there. What it does do is mucus is a bit disgusting, it makes a plug.
It makes a mucus plug, yeah, in the cervix.
Which can prevent sperm even getting anywhere.
Yes.
Which, again, affects fertility.
Yes. And these you have to know, so it doesn't just affect respiratory, it's digestive and reproductive system.
Yep.
You need to know that it's here, mucus plug and sperm ducts.
And why that affects...
the stuff.
Yes,
what
the
it
stuff.
affects.
What
You
it
can't say
affects.
it affects one thing, so
Yeah.
it's completely different. But here we mentioned it's the enzymes released from the pancreatic duct. So let's go on to enzymes now.
Yeah, you did quite a lot about A-levels, do it.
Enzymes.
Yeah.
So enzymes you're probably familiar with from your GCSE. We build perhaps a little bit more now,
A little
but
bit.
It's not hard work.
Now you need to know what they are made of, they're proteins.
So enzymes are proteins.
They are. This means that they can denature if they get too hot, and if they're too cold, they don't do anything.
So temperature is a factor that affects them. I'll just put that there.
There is.
That should be a revision from GCSE.
It should be.
We learnt some stuff about proteins in topic 2.3, the idea that they can be globular or they can be fibrous.
And
enzymes are globular.
Yep, they're sort of, remember, a glob, bit like a blob, sort of ball-like, I guess.
Globular proteins. So temperature affects them,
Yep.
pH will affect them,
That sort of thing.
but that's revision from GCSE.
It is. And you also have to know how they work.
Yes. They're biological catalysts, so they speed up reactions.
Yeah, catalyst something that speeds up reaction but isn't used.
Yes.
Or it's in the start and the end, so it looks like it doesn't be used.
So that leads us. That leads us straight into the different theories of why isn't it used.
There's two. One you did do at GCSE, and that's lock and key theory, where they sort of the substrate, which is the thing that's actually reacting, and the enzymes sort of fit in like a lock and key, and then The substrate splits off into two products that form. The other one is the induced fit one, which I think is new, where they sort of mould around each other
Yes.
when they come together.
So it's just like the lock and key. Induced fit. So that the dot there is the substrate. This would be round, but it's not because it's an enzyme. That's the substrate there.
Yeah.
With the induced fit, the substrate will go in and it will sort of contract around it so that it's tightly in there essentially.
Yeah, and for both of them, it speeds up the reaction, makes weaker bonds, they then break, and it comes off forming products.
Yep. It'd be like maybe positive charge here, negative charge here, positive here, negative here. Rips it apart essentially.
Yeah.
Weakens those bonds, as Triv said. If you do chemistry, all of this is fairly familiar, the rate of reactions and all this. It should be familiar from your GCSE. We did about rates of reactions.
We did. Basically, what now that you've got catalyst, it speeds it up. More substrate, that speeds it up.
Yep, and stuff like that. It's pretty common sense stuff.
Yeah.
If you have more of them, they're more likely to collide. Might be your marking points, but it's pretty obvious stuff. But you need to know this because of the pancreatic duct releases enzymes, which is directly affected by the mucus in cystic fibrosis.
Yeah.
So you need to know about all of this before you can really appreciate why it's such a big deal that you don't have them. Because stuff happens really, really slowly without these.
Yeah.
That's enzymes.
That's pretty much enzymes. That's
Not
next
advancement.
2.3.
That is 2.3. You can do a quick summary.
Yeah, quick summary, and then
Cookies?
on to the next video.
Oh yeah, no, next video. Okay, topic 2.3, very small.
Yeah, summary time.
We started, it doesn't always affect the respiratory system,
So
basically.
it affects the digestive system as well. It blocks the one of the pancreatic ducts.
Pancreatic ducts, which releases enzymes into the small intestine. Without that, it's the food there isn't broken down. You don't get the.
Just we eat
minerals and
loads more
vitamins.
food for the same energy.
Yeah.
That's not good.
It's never good. In the book, it then goes on to enzymes. We actually skipped that and went straight onto the other thing first, then backtracked.
Yeah, which was reproductive system.
Reproductive.
So it affects males by blocking a sperm duct, which is bad.
Yeah, less sperm per ejaculation.
Yeah, affects fertility. Just makes sense.
And a bit disgusting with women, for honest.
It's
it
not
makes a
plug.
plug
Yeah.
in the cervix.
Which prevents sperm getting up, which obviously would also affect fertility.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's nice.
That's delish. We then went backtracked to the enzymes part.
We did. Had a bit of a revision of GCSE, that their proteins and the types of fit they use, which...
The only advancement with enzymes is the idea now that you have to know it's globular, and it's the
Yeah.
fact of the tertiary and
Pretty much,
quaternary and how that happens to which enzyme it is.
You need to know the detail of it, rips apart the substrate, but...
It's not an advancement of
No.
GCSE really, is it? That sums up topic 2.3,
That
it was a
is.
very small one. We'll
Yeah.
see you at topic 2.4.
Alright. Cookies.
It's been wearing like and changed for a bit.